What is up, guys? I don't know what video this is, but I just realized that every single video I've done up until this point has been in a different place every time. Similar houses sometimes, four different houses, but totally different room, totally different space. I'm doing a completely different thing, and it just goes to show you how much traveling I do and how much different stuff I'm doing. So I'm doing it down here today because I wanted to show you guys something. All day today, didn't work out today. Man, I've had a busy day. Woke up early in the morning, drove from Connecticut to one of my buddy's basketball games because told him I'd go, and boy, do I not break a promise. So I drove down. I had a couple other things to do this weekend, but don't want to break a promise. And went to his basketball game, shot straight over back to my Muma's house. That's where I'm at now. Wanted to see her and hopefully finish scanning all these slides, digitizing them. Not that that's a word, I think, but here, I'll show you guys how many slides I've scanned. So, I mean, this doesn't even really put it into perspective. This is huge. This is high off the ground. I could lay in this and do a full slide angel. So it's a lot of slides. I mean, I keep putting the chair on some of those, and the chair now is, 4 more inches off the ground. That's a little bit of exaggeration, but so I'm finally getting in the zone tonight, and I'm actually at the last boxes of slides. And I just want to show you guys how hard I'm working to do this, okay? These are what they come in. I think there's probably like 25 maybe in these ones. And then these ones, a little larger, maybe 50, 40. And then you just got these massive boxes, shoe boxes, full of them. And there's probably got to be 40 of these boxes in those shoe boxes. I mean, look at this one. I don't even know how big this one is really, but yeah, these are all slides, just endless. But I'm finally, believe it or not, coming up on the end. I can't even believe how big this pile is. And it's dense too. So this is what I started with. I had 3 rows, 4 rows, 5 rows from 1954, I think even a little earlier than that, all the way to 2011 is how long my grandfather's been taking photos for. And boy, I wish they came up with digital cameras long before he started taking photos, because, I don't want to let all this family history go to waste. So, here I am scanning them all. I could give you an actual, I'll update you at some point with the actual total photos, but it's got to be ridiculous. I'm sure it's going to be over 10,000 photos. And you got to think, if I'm at 10,000 photos scanned, that means I've at least looked at 40,000 photos. Because, 3 out of 4 of them, you get a whole box and it's just, black or orange tinted. You just throw them all out. But you got to look through every single one, because what if there's a gold in the muck? I'll drop one and I'll be like, oh, I know that one has to be a good one. I have to go find that one in the rough, in the mess. And, I'll look a little hard. I won't go all the way with it, but yeah, so this is why I can't make you guys cool videos about Middle Eastern wars. It's because I'm doing this. So just note to anybody who has a grandfather that takes a lot of photos, it's not 10 hours like you thought when you started it, okay? It's not even 3 times that. I've probably spent 50, 60 hours down here maybe. And I'm finally coming up on the end of the slides. That's not even all the reels. Then you got videos on reels. Then you got picture photos, which I'm not even going to do. I'm just going to do the albums. You see this giant stack of albums here. More over there. More over there. Endless. And then you got CDs and DVDs. So, you know, I'm probably not even, I'm going to tell myself I'm 3/4 of the way done and cross my fingers. But this is what I've been doing, and I'll sign off. Let's see. I haven't worked out today, and I should have because I'm no longer sore. And I didn't pray today, so I'll have to do that. Started taking creatine. I have to take creatine. I'm going to do that right now. Pretty sure that's it. Still fully abstaining. You know, when you do this, because when I started doing this months and months ago, you know, it was much easier because I just bring a case of beer and you just sit here and drink beer and do it. But now it's even worse. Now it's even more mundane. That word doesn't even do justice. Torturing? Maybe torturing's better. But, no, there's got to be a worse one. Probably something hell-related. Probably hell torture. I mean, I'm being facetious, but... And, you know what? Actually, I will show you my little assembly line here. So I put my phone right here. It's all with the phone, believe it or not. Put the phone right here. All you got to say is go. And then it's just like a little assembly line. You got all these slides here. And all these books I put in here. Ew, there's a fly. And you just put one in. Put another one in. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. That's really what I'm doing. I hope you could see that. And it is just taking forever. But all right, this was invigorating. Glad I did this. Pump me up. I'm going to turn this video off and I'm going to be back to like, you know, silently screaming. But be a man, you know? Come on, scan some photos. I was just talking to my mom and she's like, oh, you don't need to do the albums. I'm like, what do you mean I don't need to do the albums? And then we just forget all about 1991 to 2005. That's 14 great years. That's nearly when I came along. I was a baby in the last year of that. I got to get those. So, you know, we'll see. Gonna take a long time, though. Oh, also a little update, just to do one more thing. I'm thinking of kind of adding more to these daily videos because they're kind of lame. Not that people should really watch them, but I do want to give you guys a better representation of myself. You know, I kind of want to tell you all there is to know as a bit of a, what would you call it? Benchmark? A little benchmark exam. So I'm thinking like, I don't know how I'm going to come up with the questions. Maybe AI. Maybe I'll like ask the family to, you know, come up with some questions that kind of I can answer and you can kind of figure out who I am, but something like that. And at the end of the daily videos every day, I'm kind of just going to go through and, you know, answer a couple questions that might lead into a larger conversation. Because I do have a lot to talk about. It's just, it needs to be prompted. You know, I got so many monologues. I guess this has been a pretty long one. This has been a 10-minute monologue, sort of. But it's got to be prompted. And I've got to be studied in the subject. You know, Middle East now is not really super great, but I really want to, I love Middle Eastern wars. Wars are so much fun to learn about. The Middle Eastern ones are like super recent, and you can kind of learn a lot about what's going on in that part of the world right now, which is a specific subject. But I kind of want to do a bunch of those. I think the war is going to be a good place to start. Man, I better talk more because I'm like out of breath. I don't know. The wars are fun. There's going to be a lot of things I'm going to do. I'm going to do some documents. I'm going to do some other stuff. I just don't want to get too edgy too quick. I don't really want to be that edge guy. You know, I think I can be funny and playful and throw a little rage baiting in there or something, if you want to say it like that. But I don't really want to be that guy. I want to be like presidential, if you know what I mean. So, kind of don't want to be that guy. I might just have to be the boring guy. And I'm not super excited about that. But, you know, I might actually have to be the guy that's talking about, you know, some Middle Eastern war and telling you about the geography and the history and what happened during the war and the future impact and the, you know, where all the money came from, who were the big players, who won, what were the outcomes. Now I'm just listing stupid shit. That's the first time I've cursed on this channel. Oops. That's actually the first time I've cursed in, a day. I've been really trying not to curse. Just want to give you guys a higher standard of speaking. You know, they're like crutch words or weasel words. Not just to describe something you dislike, but also to describe your feelings. They're just not great words. They're not very descriptive. Time and place, warranted for sure, but used way too often nowadays, especially me. Hey, there's a little bit about myself. But yeah, pretty long video, 12 minutes, 30 seconds. I can't believe I just put that out. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for my next daily update, and wish me luck. Christ be with you. All right, see ya.